This is the story of a remarkably skilled professional fighter, celebrated as one of the youngest professional kickboxers the sport has ever seen. With natural talent and a bright, promising future in the fighting world, his rise seemed unstoppable. However, his up-and-coming career took a dark turn when he became entangled in the criminal world. From drug trafficking to arms trafficking and money laundering, accusations started piling up against him, jeopardizing his newly achieved success. This is the incredible story of Mohammed The Destroyer Jaraya, the man who soared to the heights of a champion, only to plummet into the shadows of the criminal underworld. Born in Den Bosch, the Netherlands, on July 2, 1996, Mohammed Jaraya was a keen soccer player in his early years. As a kid, he loved playing soccer with a passion. But everything changed one day when he was 13 and his uncle took him to a local kickboxing gym. From that moment, Mohammed's interest shifted from soccer to kickboxing. He immediately fell in love with the sport and swapped his soccer ball for boxing gloves. While his friends enjoyed typical teenage activities like playing games, camping, or hiking, Mohammed dedicated himself to training. He left school at a young age to follow his passion for fighting. At just 13, he had his first fight and won by kneeing his opponent to the ground. This victory marked the beginning of his journey, and the kickboxing community knew a new star was on the rise. From that point on, Mohammed was deeply enamored with fighting. He trained every single day with unwavering dedication, and eventually it paid off. At 16, he signed his first contract with the Dutch kickboxing promotion company, Enfusion. In his debut, he made history and proved his talent was exceptional. Mohammed was up against a 30-year-old police officer, but he knocked him out, ending the fight in just a minute. Over the years, his winning streak continued, and by the age of 17, he had become a featherweight champion. Among the many matches he fought, one is still remembered as the most contentious, marking a significant moment in his career. It was April 2017. During one fight, Mohammed's temper got the better of him when he lost. He violently attacked a jury member. Even though he apologized publicly, he was still punished and suspended for 2 years. This, however, did not stop him from landing a multi-year contract with the UK-based combat sports league Glory in 2018. With this new contract, his suspension was reduced to a conditional one. He might have dodged a bullet this time, but what he got himself into afterward had a huge impact on his fighting career. In July 2021, a butcher shop in Den Bosch was attacked with an explosive. This shop belonged to Mohammed's father, but that wasn't the end of it. It was targeted again in February 2022. The shop was shot with 9 bullets this time. A thorough investigation would find a link between these incidents and Jaraya, as the next disastrous event shows that Mohammed was definitely connected. This gym wasn't just any place in Den Bosch. It was where Mohammed used to train. These incidents hinted that he had become involved in things he should have avoided, putting him at odds with the law. What a professional fighter should never do is get involved in a street fight. They are expected to keep their hands to themselves outside the ring. Throwing punches like a thug shows a lack of discipline. Mohammed failed at this. In January 2018, he got involved in a fight at a New Year's party in Breda and hit 3 people. When asked to explain his actions, he blamed it on alcohol and promised it wouldn't happen again. However, he couldn't keep his word. On February 21, 2018, during a court session, he hit a man he thought was responsible for his friend Yassin Mahidi's death. Mohammed was sentenced twice in a single day for these incidents. In total, he received 140 hours of community service and 2 months of probation. But worse was yet to come. On January 19, 2023, Mohammed was arrested at his home in Den Bosch for money laundering, selling drugs and weapons. His kickboxing career looked as good as over. Since he was already known to the police and had a past record, this case was solid and the court took it very seriously. The prosecution had PGP phone messages as evidence, suggesting Mohammed used them to contact his associates. But it wasn't just his career at risk. His life was in danger. There was a dispute in the underworld over a missing shipment of cocaine, and Mohammed had clashed with the wrong criminals. He was reportedly on a hit list, so releasing him would put his life on the line. His lawyer argued that there was no substantial evidence to prove his guilt, no drugs were found in his possession, and past incidents were not definitively connected to him. The situation threatened Mohammed's future in kickboxing. His comeback fight was cancelled and his career's potential termination seemed likely. The Destroyer might end up destroyed. During his rise, Mohammed was nicknamed The Destroyer by his fans due to his fighting style. Even so, his fame extended beyond the ring. Jaraya frequently shared updates about his life on Instagram. He flaunted his luxurious lifestyle, dining at expensive restaurants, going on lavish vacations and spending large amounts of money on gifts and accessories. Little did he know this would bring its own problems. It is obvious that he is rich. Despite not fighting for 3 years, how can he be making this much money and living so affluently? This raised suspicion about his potential involvement in something illicit. Much to everyone's surprise, this isn't the only case where a kickboxer got linked to the drug trafficking business. Jamal Ben Sadiq, Hezdi Gerges, and Tara Khalidrisi were all talented kickboxers. Unfortunately, they also shared another trait: involvement in the drug business, which disrupted their sports careers and changed their lives forever. Hezdi Gerges was found guilty of smuggling 128 kilograms of cocaine and faced 4 years in prison. This conviction ended his sports career, and he had to start living a different life, one marked by resilience. When it comes to Jamal, he has a brother who is an infamous drug trafficker. This unfortunate connection interfered with Jamal's career, as he was prohibited from owning his own fitness facility to protect him from his brother's enemies. Tara's story is even more tragic. His involvement in the criminal world cost him his life in 2014. These 3 men could have had normal lives, following their passion for kickboxing, if they had not become entangled in the dangerous world of crime, where both their careers and lives were put at risk. They made their own choices. For Mohammed, things have become quite complicated. After his arrest in January 2023, he spent several months in pre-trial detention before being released under strict conditions in September 2023. One condition is that he cannot leave the country unless he gets written permission from the court. Even after his release, Mohammed's first move was to try to get back into the ring. He was scheduled to fight in Japan on December 16, 2023, but for various reasons, he didn't participate in the fight. The current status of the investigation is unclear, and there are also rumors that Mohammed is on a death hit list due to his past conflicts with criminals. What will be the legacy of Jaraya? Will he be remembered as a champion or a criminal? No one knows for sure what the future holds for him. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. That will help us a lot. See you in the next one.